What's up, Facebook? It's Toku here. I'm in a little different location today for a bunch of different reasons. Today I'm going to do something that's a little different reading. It's not going to be quite as poetic. It's going to be a little bit more prose-like. And I realized I had set up my, I have a website blocker to block Facebook during the day, so I couldn't post it live. So I'm going to have my assistant post it. So it's I'm not sure exactly when it'll go online. But here's the reading for today. When I wrote this, I was really looking at what were some of the distinctions or the things that I was noticing in the midst of everything happening and around having hard times. And so I hope these distinctions serve you and create a place for you to listen to different kinds of distinctions. So let's get started. In my life, in the midst of incredible distinctions, distinctions are like these little razor blades that help you understand this from that and see what can be so easily hidden. Here's a simple example. Spicy versus bland. My tongue is on fire versus my tongue is cool and mushy. Here's a fancy one. Decide versus choose. Decide, a mental act of consideration and intention. The thought, I want some ice cream, versus choose, the spiritual, actual act of creating a direction through choosing, actually taking a vanilla cone from an ice cream shop and eating it. So those are distinctions. In these challenging times, I want to offer you 3 distinctions I've been playing with inside the quarantine. These still apply outside of it, but I'm amazed how they're showing up in it. I'm going to offer them poetically because I keep being called to the art of this. If they help, please let me know. Distinction number 1. Form versus experience. When I looked at you, I felt the whole universe look back at me. Your beauty was breathtaking, but now I can't look at you anymore. That's just a form of beauty. I feel the same thing when I'm hopeful and I look outside. I feel the radiant sun. I notice the leaves blow in the wind, the rustle that rubs the surface of my awakening. This is the experience of beauty without form, and without form, I find it everywhere. Whatever is missing in the forms of your life, being with friends, going to the office, knowing the future, is still available in the experience, but you have to let go of the forms to find it. Distinction 2, on the path versus off the path. There is only ever the path. You can walk it, you can go back, you can pitch a tent, you can die on the flat ground. You can run as fast as you can and trip and fall on your face. You pretend you're walking, but be standing in place. But there is only ever the path. You may from time to time experience yourself as off the path. The path may narrow. It may look like the wilderness. You may wonder if you're following a deer track. You may go back and try to find the path again. But no matter where you go, nothing seems familiar. Just remember, there is only ever the path. There isn't always the experience of being on the path, but there is only ever the path. Distinction 3, push through versus endure. We tend to think of great humans, adventurers, titans of industry, brilliant scientists as people who push through. There is this feeling of efforting, of breaking through. But if you look, if you study, it's almost never the case. Hundreds of light bulb prototypes, dozens of test expeditions, numerous failed theories and formulas. Great humans do not push through. They endure. Pushing through leads to injury, to workaholism, to breakdown, to anger, to hunger, to grief. If you need to lower your expectations in order to endure, do it. If you need to get more rest in order to endure, do it. If you need to eat more food in order to endure, do it. Don't fall back, don't fall apart, don't fall, but slow down. Endure, endure, endure. I want to say a little something about that last one, because there's a different distinction about surviving versus creating. And there's a way in which when we hold endure, we can survive, right? And so I don't want to discourage you from having breakthroughs during this time. I'm sure there are tons of breakthroughs available to you. But what's more important in creating a breakthrough is to have the willingness, the humility to keep working on that breakthrough. keep showing up to practice, to keep sitting on your cushion, to keep re-engaging with and softening to what is showing up in your life. And what I've noticed is that when I am more willing to put a lot of my attention on enduring towards the direction that I'm going, that ultimately that's often when the breakthrough comes, not when I try to push through and try to make the breakthrough happen. Usually that's just a fix of the breakdown and doesn't change a lot. So right now, for a lot of you, there may be a desire, an urge to push through, to transform. What I encourage you to do is to stay on the path, which you can't help but do anyway, and really try to endure. Try to be with this experience. Try to soften. Try to sit in the midst of chaos without needing anything to change. And you might just find that everything changes. And it might not. That's sort of the trick of it all, right? Thank you for everyone who watches these videos, who reads these posts, and who engages with this content. I've gotten a lot out of writing this stuff, and I hope that some of you got a lot out of reading it. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Be well.